어허, 과소비라니. 버는 사람이 잘 써줘야지 모두가 다 잘 살 수 있는 거라니까. 과식? 그건 먹어들 수 있을 때 먹어줘야.
It's rather cheeky that they're advertising their own restaurant in their game, but what are you gonna do? Greetings and salutations! I'm Ekamek. Once again, we dive into Walpurgis Night, a certain library's book. So far, there's one thing that we've been unable to do in all of our solo attempts. And that is, well, I've already done it myself, but I keep redoing it. Complete suppression without the Fairy Queen defeating any of the fairy masses. That's really hard because we don't want her to get... If she gets hungry, then she starts trying to kill them, and we just don't have any way to properly deal with that problem. Until now, I tried something. Until now, I've been using people with evade skills, or Phillips and Claire, because we just didn't have any wiggle room. But then I remembered about Dicey Rhodian. She's not even level 45, and yet with the base in her setup. Ooh, we can do some fun things with this. So then, turn 1. Use a guard skill on this one. We don't have to worry that much about letting these guys through our attacks because we've got a lot of health to work with. Out of everything, I think I want to shut down Wing Beat. We're going to ignore the fairy mass until she starts actively targeting them. Once that happens, that's when we can start getting aggressive on denying her food. So we're going to take a whopping 9 damage. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, I want to preserve this. I want to preserve at least some weight of knowledge. So we're going to hide this with a defensive skill. And then... we use this actual defensive skill. Line this up with the fastest enemy. Keep in mind, Tiny Wingbeat is actually going to get a little bit aggressive after a bit, but we're okay for now. Let's try and put a few dents into that left arm. Now that's a bit more significant in the way of bleed. We're saving up 2 envy skill for when things get important. And then, you know what? Just line up all of the top stuff. Our attacks aren't dealing much because she's resistant to blunt, so at the moment we're just sort of stalling out our time. Okay, now she's angry. The goal here is to kill whoever she's aiming for before she can. For every 2 of weight of knowledge, her Rodian's envy skill, we can kill one of these guys, no problem. The problem is we only have 3 and she's targeting 2 people, so we're going to have to do something... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Sanguine Desire isn't necessary. Any of Rodian's skills except for 4th Match Flame will be able to handle it. The question is, which one do we want to throw at it? Okay, this one needs to take 2 weight of knowledge. We block this one. And I think out of everything, breaking one of the arms will make our life so much easier. That's an important key point, so beat on this right arm for a little bit.
직접 알게 한다. 모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어. 맞는 거야. 무지하니까.
And the fun thing is, if you don't use your bloom and you keep getting 3 insight, it's actually going to purge any bleed that these guys manage to get down onto you. Okay, let's do this again. We have 2 envy, so we can kill an enemy of our choice, denying her food. What is cast on Ravening Hunger again? Mind you, we are running out of pride now. Defensive skill lined up here to ensure that excruciating study gets used up at least once. Basically, the last thing each turn is going to be excruciating study. And then we take advantage of this broken right arm.
직접 알게 한다. 모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어. 무지하니까 맞는 거야.
We didn't quite break that arm. That's kind of unfortunate. Fun fact, if you use 3 excruciating study in one turn, then it's guaranteed that everything else on the board that isn't used will be consumed. So if you have at least 1 unused excruciating study, then you know for sure that you can use all these ones as you please. Now the reason why I am not doing that is because I need to intercept this. I need to intercept one of these left arms. Although we actually have enough of weight of knowledge to kill both of her targets. That's funny. The reason I'm using Sanguine Desire, though, is because I want to break this arm.
직접 알게 한다. 아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면.
It rolled minimum damage, but it didn't need to roll any further than that, really.
무지하니까. 무지하니까.
Heathcliff's spite driven is really kicking in, isn't it? And now both of the attacks are on the same guy, so we can take advantage of that. Granted... He is using an evade skill, so there's a small chance that he'd be able to survive if we don't cancel out his defensive skill like that. There we go, because we've broken one of the arm, Overclocked Rhyme Shank can absolutely bypass it. And stick down some sinking count, that'll be fun.
직접 알게 한다. 얼어버리면 아플 필요도 없어서.
Oh wait, I screwed up this. Because I used Overclocked Rhyme Shank, it depleted SP. Okay, let's just go all in on finishing this nonsense.
직접 알게 한다. 깨달았나? 깨달았나? 맞는 거야.
We were doing so well, and then I got greedy.
결국 내 공부가 부족하지 않았다는 거네. 그치? 고통 없이
Well, at least it'll show that we've got a pretty stable starting setup.
직접 알게 한다.
Hey, remember that thing that I said you're not supposed to do? You're supposed to ignore them on turn 1.
너무 먹어만 됐나? 약간 몸도 둔한 것 같고. 고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
Intercept both of the wing beats and deal with the damage that we'll just be dealing with. Ooh, greedy today, aren't we? We I don't expect to beat this, I just want it to slow down a little bit.
직접 알게 함이라.
I mean, that was very nice of the game. Okay, she's about to go ballistic with her fresh meat, so we need to make sure that we don't use up this. One, two, three, four. Actually, we probably wouldn't need to worry because it would end up, we're going to get 3 envy skills next turn.
깨달았나? 깨달았나? 무지하니까.
So we start getting 5 HP back per turn. Now, what can we do to mess this up? Intercept the one aiming... Oh dear. She is pissed. Okay then, what is cast and weight of knowledge on this one? Because that's the one that he might be able to evade one of our skills and cut down on our power. This one, it can just be hit with both of the excruciating study, but it's extremely unfortunate that we just rolled minimum speed the same turn that she rolled maximum speed.
직접 알게 함이라.
We're also missing out on our chance to capitalize on that extra damage.
무지하니까.
And that is why I threw the extra attacks onto this one.
걷어들일 순 없었어.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot less of a dangerous situation.
너무 먹어만 됐나? 약간 몸도 둔한 것. 고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나. 직접 알게 함이라.
So next turn we're going to have only... Oh, we are at risk of running out of envy skills. No, the problem that we have isn't that... If an allied with prepared meat is staggered. So it's okay for us to intercept this attack, because this one doesn't have prepared meat and she's not using prepared meat this turn. We're basically emptying the deck with this turn.
깨달았나?
Now we have to be cautious. Fastest gets guarded.
직접 알게 한다.
Oh. I guess because it ended the turn still staggered, it counted as fresh meat. Okay, that's all. I guess that's an important thing to keep in mind for when you're doing that. You absolutely cannot afford to stagger anyone.
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나.
Unless you're planning on killing them. Then go all in.
직접 알게 한다.
Now see, the thing is, I could just level her up 2 levels and she'd gain extra damage and that might be enough to start killing these guys a lot easier. But I don't want to because I also use her in my Luxcavations. We can afford it. We can afford to throw a weight of knowledge at that arm, because we're going to get 2 envy skills next turn.
깨달았나? 직접 알게 한다. 무지하니까.
Wait a minute. Because we broke the other arm, we're actually able to get through this arm with just illuminate thy vacuity. That's nice.
직접 알게 하니라.
Granted, it's only because we have 3 insight. I probably should have thought that over a little bit.
맞는 거야. 직접 알게 하니라. 무지하니까 깨달았나? 깨달았나?
And yeah, you can't actually roll above a 5, unfortunately.
직접 알게 하니라. 무지하니까
Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy.
직접 알게 하니라.
We can save Rhyme Shank for O. Remember what I said about don't get greedy? Yeah. RNG decided screw you.
깨달았나?
Man, we almost had it this time, but we got greedy.
너무 먹어만 됐나? 약간 몸도 고통 없이
I mean, I've proven that it can be done. I just feel like I should do it on screen to show that, no, this isn't just me making a whole bunch of shit up.
직접 알게 하니라. 깨달았나? 직접 알게 하니라.
The thing is, they try to stick bleed count down on her, but we don't even need her passive in order. She does burn it off pretty quickly. Now that said, her shield isn't quite in the best condition at the moment. "21 doesn't look like enough to avoid all the damage, but keep in mind that it's also going to throw out 20% of max HP as shield, so she's in pretty good condition there. Maybe we could break the arm.
직접 알게 하느라.
Okay, because we took down one of the arms, go for a one-sided attack on this one. We took down one of the arms, and she's aiming both of her attacks at the same guy, so taking this one out should stop him, or stop her from getting food. Which means... don't get greedy.
직접 알게 하느라. 무지하니까. 깨달았나? 무지하니까.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
직접 알게 하느라. 무지하니까. 맞는 거야.
I'm very glad that it gives priority to our attacks over to priority to her attacks.
직접 알게 하느라. 맞는 거야. 깨달았나? 깨달았나?
I mean, 30% more blunt damage also helps, right? We are fast enough to intercept both of them.
직접 알게 함이라. 무지하니까
The librarian's bonus to singing count infliction is actually ridiculous.
직접 알게 함이라. 얼어버리면 아플 필요도 없어서.
I did not pay attention to the aiming on that attack.
깨달았나?
I would have only had myself to blame if I had to reset a third time.
맞는 거야.
So yeah, that was a total denial of the Queen's hunger. It does take a few tries to get it, but it can be done with only one identity, and with only a support identity, and it doesn't even have to be level 45. So yeah, I did try out Kurokuma Rodian, but while it can be done, it's also rather... You need better support IDs for that. And also, the only thing you're getting out of it is you can bring in Kurokuma Rodian. She can't really stack bleed that high without the help of her ego. She does get a lot of poise though. It's a hilarious poise number. Anyhow, until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around. I've heard base Dawn can do this, so oof. Not sure I want to do that. Till next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around.
놀러 나갈 때는 아침 일찍 나가야 한다니까. 자는 시간은 매일 같은데 조금이라도 늦게 나가면 손해보는 기분이잖아.